So every single person right now needs to get these free players, guys, for the free Invincible that everyone gets. And I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but the Knicks beats the Celtics. It's crazy. Like the video right now if you want the free Invincible to be amazing. And tell me, who do you think is going to win the championship now? Because don't forget, we are getting 4 free Dark Matters. Everybody gets 4 free Dark Matters. And I'm expecting Aaron Gordon to get a new card. I'm definitely expecting him to be one of the new players that 2K does add. Because again, you do get a free Invincible. Okay, the playoffs right now are insane. It's crazy. Look at this. The Pacers are in it. The Knicks are in it. The Timberwolves are in it. Still upset that the Lakers got cheated. You know, the Timberwolves. They never got tested, bruh. Like, drug test them. Still. Like restart the playoffs. Now that Steph Curry is healthy, restart them. Restart them, bruh. The Warriors, man. Steph, they couldn't even win one for Steph, bruh. That's sad, man. It's crazy. And then, of course, the Thunder and the Nuggets, you know, they're still battling it out. It's Game 7. Who do you got winning that one? That one is going to be crazy because that's also going to determine who the free Invincible could potentially be. Because remember, we do get, you know, a free Invincible for the champions. And so that could literally be anybody, bro. You know, we also get the 4 free Dark Matters, like I said. That is the, you know, new set that is coming. And then, of course, 200 overall players in the finals, which could literally be anybody at this point. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And the fact that we do have a new season is actually perfect, you know, for, you know, completing everything. And so let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get over here on the My Team cheese. Oh my goodness. Obviously, oh no. Hey, take it easy. Yo, these pop-ups are getting ridiculous, bro. Oh my goodness. And so let's load into the My Team cheese because, you know, with the new season, perfect opportunity to get everything done, right? And so at the moment you do log in, you do end up getting a fan favorites base pack, which actually I'm not too mad at because, you know, it's better than what we've been getting lately. And they did finally update the login reward to a 95 plus. I still think these rewards are very, very, like, just, what's the word? They're just bad. Like they gotta be way better, but again, at least we do get a fan favorites base pack, but at the same time, that 95 really should be like a dark matter at this point for logging in 7 days in a row. But regardless, though, you know, we can't change that, unfortunately. So we're just going to claim the free, you know, base pack. But again, these are definitely outdated still. Like, these rewards got to be better. And so we do end up getting that. And then, you know, obviously, we got everything else going on in the new season, which we definitely got to start grinding it out. You know, and so let's take a look at the challenges because at the moment, guys, you do have to get every single player, okay? Now, when it comes to the players, you guys know the NBA playoffs, I actually ended up getting LeBron James, as you can see right here, so thank goodness. You know, I did get my glorious king. And so you do want to make sure to complete every single one of these challenges. 2K did switch it up on us. And the fact that the new season is here is actually perfect because you can do the challenges, you know, pop a double XP coin, get it done, and then you gain levels, you know, going after the other Invincible. So, you know, they got the Invincible Paul George, and now they have this Invincible for the playoffs, and so you're looking good at some free Invincibles, right? Even though you do have to complete every single one. I'm actually in the middle of doing it. I've just been doing it very casually. Like, you know, in between videos, when I'm like, you know, rendering the videos, uploading the videos, I'll hop on it and do like triple threat. You know, I gotta do the clutch time next. So I'm definitely getting these done, but you do need every single player. 2K did switch it up on us. We do need to get every single player because, you know, again, they did mention that we are getting, of course, a free Invincible for the champions, like I mentioned. A lot of people forget that. Like, every time I say there's a free Invincible update, they're like, well, there's no free Invincible, Carlos. Like, yes, there is. There's, like, a free Invincible for the champions. You know, we started with the pink diamonds, and now we're going to go, obviously, to the, you know, to the big boys. You know, 100 overalls for Dark Matters, which, like I said, I think we're going to be seeing in Aaron Gordon. It just kind of, like, makes sense that we do see him. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, obviously, you do want to complete all the challenges like I mentioned, which at the moment, that does include, you know, it's not just the pink diamonds, that does include the Galaxy Opals, because, you know, they did add the Galaxy Opals. I've been slacking on the Opals, okay? They did update the card arts, by the way, which I do like that they're at least, you know, better looking, but, you know, it's kind of crazy up in here. So you do not want to fall behind like me. I am falling behind right now. And the fact that you're falling behind is going to be even harder to grind out these challenges, okay? Because, again, we are getting 4 free Dark Matters. I do believe Aaron Gordon's coming. It just makes sense. If they win, though. If the Nuggets win. Because if they don't win, then, you know, it'll be the Thunder that ends up advancing, you know, so it really depends because it looks like, you know, the players that do advance do get a card. You know, if the Nuggets keep advancing, we might see a 100 overall Michael Porter Jr., which I would not be mad at. Shout out to the people making these beautiful cards on 2KDB. So right now, you definitely want to get the Galaxy Opals, get the Pink Diamonds. I'm giving you a couple of days in advance because we'll probably see this update this Monday, you know, with 2K. Maybe Tuesday. Now, a lot of people right now are thinking the Pacers are going to win, bro. If we get an Invincible Tyrese, that would be, I wouldn't be like, I don't know, bro. I don't know how I feel about the Pacers. They could go with Turner, you know, Miles Turner. I think they're going to go with the Finals MVP. That's why I want to know who you got winning the championship and who you want as a free Invincible. Because we got to give props to the, you know, the Pacers, man. They did their thing, bro. You know, the Cavs choked. They really did. I think they choked more than anything. So you definitely want to complete these, right, like I said. And then, of course, also the Knicks. With this being Season 7, you know, around the Knicks, did 2K know? Is the NBA rigged? I'm pretty sure the NBA gave 2K the script. Because, like, why else? Like, how embarrassing would it have been if the Knicks lost? Like, this season would have been like, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it have been crazy? So, the NBA is rigged, man. I mean, the Mavericks won the first overall pick, right? So, you know, it could definitely be rigged. Now, the good thing about these, though, is that, you know, you do end up getting XP, like I said. But you do need the previous players. You know, I did finally get the LeBron James, so... You know, they want you to rewrite the history, so you'll still need any of these players. So even if, for example, you know, you're going to need the Cavaliers player, you know, to go to the next one, and then you're going to need, you know, whoever loses between the Nuggets and the, you know, Thunder. Even though, speaking of Invincible, would you guys be mad at free Invincible Anthony Edwards? I don't know how I would feel about it, honestly, because a lot of the, you know, the best players on these teams, they are kind of guards. You know, I mean, Pacers, you could go, like I said, Turner. Knicks, you could go Towns. You know, Towns would be interesting. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, obviously their best player. But, like, an Invincible Rudy Gobert doesn't sound too crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, that'd be cool. Julius Randle, I don't know how I feel about Julius Randle, honestly. But, you know, that could happen. Obviously, that could definitely be a thing that 2K could definitely do, just because I feel like, you know, I would rather have a center over like a guard, especially with the teams that are left over. They do have like a center counterpart, you know, Pacers, Turner, Timberwolves, Rudy, you know, Jokic for Denver if they do get it. And I wouldn't be mad at like a Towns, you know, whether they get us a 100, you know, he already has a dark matter, so, you know, 100 overall cats, I don't think I'd be too mad at. You know what I mean? Even though at the same time, though, like, if the Thunder do pull it out, right? Because, you know, obviously Game 7 is going to be, you know, coming up. If they pull it out, you know, the free Invincible, if they go with the MVP for the finals, SGA, I think a lot of people would like a 6'6", you know, point guard Invincible for free. Because if it's free, it's for me. So I could definitely see that happening. You know, the Thunder, if they win, obviously, if they do win, they'd have to play, you know, the Timberwolves. And that's going to be a great matchup. Regardless, this matchup is going to be really good. And then this Monday, we'll get the 4 Dark Matters, or Tuesday. And then after that, 200 overall players. And then, of course, the Invincible. So right now, I'm going to get these done with the new season. So stay tuned for more. In the meantime, check out the pack opening. Check out the other free stuff. And as always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.